Most people think Rome fell in 476 CE when the Western Empire collapsed, but Rome's first death happened centuries earlier. The Roman Republic had governed Rome for nearly 500 years. It conquered the Mediterranean, defeated Carthage, and created one of history's most influential political systems. Yet by the 1st century BCE, the Republic was tearing itself apart. The question we explore today is simple. Did Rome die before the empire even began? The Roman Republic emerged after the overthrow of Rome's kings around 509 BCE. Unlike a monarchy, power was divided. The Senate advised and guided policy. 2 consuls served as chief executives, each limiting the other's authority. Citizens voted in assemblies. Although not a democracy in the modern sense, Romans believed they had created a system that protected liberty and prevented tyranny. By 100 BCE, Rome controlled Spain, Greece, North Africa, and much of the Mediterranean world. Roman citizens viewed their government as the source of their success, yet beneath the surface, serious problems were growing. Rome's victories brought immense wealth, but that wealth was not shared equally. Large aristocratic landowners acquired massive estates known as latifundia. These estates relied heavily on slave labor captured during Rome's wars. Small farmers struggled to compete. Many sold their land and moved into Rome. As the city swelled, so did poverty and unrest. Political leaders increasingly used violence instead of debate. The Republic's institutions were still standing, but public trust in those institutions was beginning to erode. Long before Caesar, Rome received warnings. 2 reformers, Tiberius and Gaius Gracchus, attempted to address inequality. They proposed redistributing public lands to struggling Roman citizens. The Senate viewed these reforms as a threat. Political tensions escalated. In 133 BCE, Tiberius Gracchus was murdered. A decade later, Gaius met a similar fate. For centuries, Romans had prided themselves on political compromise. Now political murder had become acceptable. Many historians see this as the moment the Republic began its irreversible decline. The next major turning point came with 2 ambitious generals, Gaius Marius and Lucius Cornelius Sulla. Marius transformed military recruitment. Poor citizens could now join the army and receive rewards after service. This strengthened Rome militarily, but it created a new problem. Soldiers increasingly became loyal to their commanders rather than the Republic itself. When conflict erupted between Marius and Sulla, Roman armies marched against fellow Romans. This was unprecedented. Sulla eventually seized Rome and declared himself dictator. The Republic survived, but the taboo against military takeover had been shattered. Few names in history are as recognizable as Julius Caesar. Through his conquest of Gaul, modern France, and surrounding regions, Caesar gained immense wealth, prestige, and military loyalty. The Senate grew fearful of his power. In 49 BCE, Caesar faced a choice: submit to Senate authority, or resist. He crossed the Rubicon River with his army. According to tradition, he declared, "The die is cast." Crossing the Rubicon was an act of rebellion. Civil war followed. Caesar emerged victorious. The Republic's institutions remained, but real power increasingly rested in one man. Many senators feared Caesar intended to become king. A group of conspirators decided the Republic could only be saved through assassination. On March 15, 44 BCE, the Ides of March, they struck. Among the conspirators was Marcus Junius Brutus. Caesar was stabbed dozens of times inside the Senate. The conspirators believed they had restored liberty. Instead, they unleashed chaos. The Republic did not recover. Civil war returned almost immediately. The assassination intended to save the Republic ended up destroying it. After years of conflict, Caesar's adopted heir emerged victorious. Augustus, born Octavian, defeated his rivals and consolidated power. In 27 BCE, the Senate granted him the title Augustus. Officially, the Republic still existed. Consuls remained. The Senate remained. Traditional offices remained. But real authority now belonged to Augustus. The Roman Empire had begun. The Republic was dead. Yet Rome itself survived and entered a new golden age. This pattern would repeat throughout Roman history. Institutions would fall. Rome would adapt. Rome would continue. Over roughly 1 century, Rome transformed from a republic into an empire. The change did not happen overnight. It happened through crises, reforms, violence, civil wars, and ambitious leaders. Each event weakened the old system. Eventually, the Republic could no longer survive. The Roman Republic lasted nearly 5 centuries. It created many ideas that still influence governments today. Yet, no political system is immune to internal pressures. Economic inequality, political extremism, violence, personal ambition, all contributed to the Republic's collapse. But Rome's story did not end. In many ways, it was just beginning. In our next episode, we'll examine how Augustus transformed Rome into an empire and launched nearly 200 years of relative peace, known as the Pax Romana. The Republic died, Rome survived, and that survival would shape the next 2,000 years of Western civilization.